Stream Elements says, Dice Baggery is now live streaming art, draw and chat doodling Vtubers. Solo the Nerd says, YouTube is my backup now, to make sure things are good on this end.
Hello everybody, how's it going out there? I see we got Solo here already. What's up? I'm taking a break from creatures this time.
When the pony's away, we all play.
Pony might be here sooner than usual. One of the other streamers, well, Evergrade isn't streaming tonight, and I think he often hangs out with him during this time, so he might pop in unexpectedly. But yeah, this time I wanted to draw some VTubers because I've been meaning to do that, and I think I said something about it last time. And also,
Kohate says, that's why I'll stream and yoink yeah viewership.
Kohet, your viewership does not overlap with mine. But anyways, yeah. I've been wanting to draw VTubers, and also,
it's great.
Also, my favorite VTuber left her agency earlier this month, and she just re-debuted as an indie yesterday. So now is peak time to be drawing some VTubers, I think. So that's what we're gonna do today. First thing I want to do is draw a couple of my favorites together. Let's see. I'm gonna try and draw chibis. I'm not super great at these. I need more practice. But I'm also... It's better than trying to draw full-bodied characters in little scenarios. Let's see. Chibi head's too round, man. How's it going with you guys, by the way?
A chibi, in 2025, you're a decade late.
Buddy, for one thing, Nimi Nightmare, who just debuted, is in her chibi form right now. She doesn't even have a full-bodied model yet.
Cat with a mouse says, aren't all chibi heads supposed to be round?
They're usually like squished. Here's the secret to making things cute. You draw the head like this, and then you like squish the face. See? The further away they get, the less cutesy it looks. There you go, there's the secret. Thousands of years.
I watched a little bit of that. Between her and Chibidoki, I'll take Nimai 99/100 times.
Chibidoki is an extremely chibi. That's not even like her main model. I'm going on drawing here and I don't even have a reference pulled up. Actually, I should just do like
Cat with a mouse says,
the entire thing.
Kinda looked like cast form when you moved the eyes up. Still looked cute.
I need to draw out the entire thing. So obviously, I mentioned that this was going to be my favorite too. So we're going to have... you know what? That body sucks. We're going to have Mint in here as well. She needs to be like leaning forward for this. All right. I'm not used to drawing this stylized, but we'll work through it. I need practice on this anyways. She's gonna be sitting like so. And Nimi has a big old pipe that she uses to suck the dreams out of people's heads.
Drawing your starter creatures?
A little bit.
Ponyboy Horse says, what up players, it's me here to lighten up your nightin'.
Pony Boy,
Kohate
how's
says,
it going?
A big OL what? Kohate says. Oh, NVM.
A big old pipe. A big old pipe, Kohate. The kind that you smoke. And she uses it to
Ponyboy Horse says.
suck up dreams and purify them.
Ponyboy Horse says. The one with the pipe.
Yes, I'm drawing the one with the pipe. It's VTuber drawing stream today, in case you couldn't tell by the title. I like the little idea of the character she's got going on, too. Although the specific character design isn't super inspired, I feel like.
So basically you're drawing a human drowsy.
I am in fact drawing a human drowsy.
There are millions of VTubers. I have a 1 in 60 million guess.
Ponyboy, there may be millions of VTubers, but how many of them are a topic right now that also have a giant pipe? I feel like that's a pretty small number.
Kohate says. The dream taper is actually so real and cool. I went on like an hour-long literary excursion when you mentioned it last. Ponyboy Horse says. It was an educated guess.
It was a pretty educated guess. Alright. So normally, Nemi's pipe has a bunch of like ghost things coming out of it that represent the nightmares that she's spitting back out after they've been purified or whatever the hell she does to them.
Ponyboy Horse says.
But we need...
Man, what will Lemon Leaf think about you drawing someone else?
Ponyboy, it's literally the exact same channel. So anyways,
Ponyboy Horse says. If it was, she'd be called Lemon Leaf.
okay, Ponyboy. So we're gonna have Mint getting sucked into the pipe over here.
Ponyboy Horse says. Lewd.
Lewd? I'll make some adjustments on the head there. Now I'm gonna have to put in details and look up the actual thing.
Gonna ignore poke catch. Not sure how the battling is supposed to work.
There should be like a widget or something below the stream if you want to try that out. Over in PokeCatch. Oh yeah, I guess I should get in the stream room over on the Discord. Now let's get some references up here, if I can find them. Oh come on, freaking VTuber wiki. Why don't you have Mint's chibi form? I do not want to draw this shit from memory.
Ponyboy Horse says, you haven't memorized your Oshi? Tisk tac.
Buddy, I haven't had time to draw any of them. There we go. There's Chibi Mint. Let's see. What's another one? Oh. Let's get Nemi up here. There we go, there's Nemi. Their styles are a little bit different.
Cat with a Mouse says, I guess that first chibi answers the question of what if ice cream came to life.
Mint is definitely an ice cream flavor. But she's a ghost maid. From a maid cafe, not an actual maid. She doesn't actually know how to do any maid duties.
Kohate says, did she die in the cafe?
Something like that. She's got a lore video somewhere if you want to see it. I can't remember all the freaking lore off the top of my head. A lot of the time it just changes.
Why don't you have a lore video?
Because I'd have to make it, and I'm too busy making creatures lore videos.
Cat with a Mouse says, and that is how you create an anime protagonist.
Yeah. Give her a little distressed mouth here. And some tears as she's being sucked into the,
Ponyboy Horse says,
the dream catcher.
I should make a lore video for me, Ponyboy. but I am a transcendent being from beyond space and time.
Well, there's your lore right there.
Kohate says, well, this is becoming dark.
No, it's not dark, it's funny. Look, I have to pressure them into collabing, okay?
Cat with a Mouse says, you don't need to make a video for your lore. Just dump a paragraph or two into the Dicebag Discord. Ponyboy Horse says, damn, she is getting that good suck.
If you want to know my lore, I'm a cybernetic lich from the future that had a time-traveling accident. And here I am.
Ponyboy Horse says, Dicebag fact, Dicebag is lactose intolerant, but that does not stop his love of cheese.
Actually, lactose is literally just a freaking skill issue. I used to have trouble digesting it, but that was only because I hadn't eaten it for a while. As soon as I started eating more like cheese and milk, I literally stopped having stomach issues from any kind of lactose stuff. Let's see. Oh yeah, Minsk got one of these ghost things going on.
Dicebag fact, Dicebag buys containers of Parmesan cheese and eats it straight out of the container when nobody is watching.
No, that's not a Dicebag fact at all. Probably the weirdest thing I do in regards to food is like,
Kohate says,
I've been known to
nah man, your body simply stopped trying to warn you.
I've been known to buy pepperonis and cheese. And I will like microwave the pepperonis after and sprinkle them with cheese and just like eat that. It's a nice little snack.
Ponyboy Horse says, I like microwaving pepperonis too, that is good, they get crispy.
Right? They're like meat chips.
Kohate says, I'd be lying if I said that wasn't a little weird.
It's weird, but it's only because it hasn't taken off.
Cat with a Mouse says, which from the future sent back in time. Are you a version of Chris Halliwell from Charmed?
I have no idea what that is.
Ponyboy Horse says, I also microwave cheese sticks so they are gooey, then eat it in a goo pile. The goo stretches like crazy.
Okay, now you're just being a weirdo. I don't really know, I'm just calling you a weirdo because it's funny. But you are a weirdo.
Ponyboy Horse says. People love hot gooey cheese. Ponyboy Horse says. Especially with pizza. Ponyboy Horse says. But I am normal. Cat with a Mouse says. Charmed is an old TNT show from the late 2000s that focused on a family of witches.
Okay, we might have to modify
Kohate says.
some of this.
At this point in my life, I just assume 75% of Ponyboy's statements are bait.
That may be true.
Ponyboy Horse says. No, I am serious.
Alright, we're gonna move
Ponyboy
Minto
Horse
over
says.
here.
I will microwave cheese and take pictures.
No need for that, Ponyboy. We believe you, okay? Jeez.
Cat with a Mouse says. I assume all of Pony's statements are bait. The communist piece of shit. Ponyboy Horse says. Not a communist or fetishist. Kohate says. Taking pictures of microwave cheese for strangers on the internet is unhinged behavior. Ponyboy Horse says. I am a capitalist.
Are we really considered strangers? You know what? It looks like she's blowing, and I don't think she should be blowing.
Ponyboy Horse says. You guys should see my sugar burgers. I mix brown sugar into ground beef and cook them into burgers. So yummy. Kohate says.
You know what? I'm gonna give you that
Fine.
one. That sounds like it might be
Cat with a Mouse says.
something. You might be onto
Whatever
something
you
there,
are,
Ponyboy.
Ponyboy, you're weird. And we won't let you forget it. Ponyboy Horse says. I am normal.
Alright. Time for the Nemi. Am I done with the mint, though? Oh, alright. I haven't done any details on
Ponyboy
her
Horse says.
outfit or anything.
The brown sugar makes the juices yummy, but the outside caramelizes so it traps the juices in.
Alright. I think now we're ready for the Nemi.
Ponyboy Horse says. Chibi dice back when.
I don't know if it'd be worth the effort.
Ponyboy Horse says. 1984.
Okay, buddy. Are you gonna design it and rig it for me? I'd have a lot more stuff if I didn't have to do it myself.
Ponyboy Horse says. I can barely turn my laptop on in the morning.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Can't forget the taper ears.
Ponyboy Horse says. This all reminds me how during Fauna's graduation stream you were playing Deep Rock Galactic with Eversoy.
And look, it didn't even matter. She's back. Anyways, I was watching up to that point, so I saw like 90% of it.
Ponyboy Horse says. My HoloLive Oshi will be there forever. Cat with a Mouse says. Got gifted a tier 1 subscription on another channel. Had to flip away for a minute.
Oh, that's cool. Always a nice little surprise. Gifted subs. Nemi is looking a lot bigger than Mint. Which probably ain't that far off a canon.
Kohate says.
She is one of the few.
Tapers do be a little chunky.
She's one of the few, like, normal-sized VTubers.
Cat with a Mouse says. Here's an example of emote I got gifted.
Is that a gun? What's she pointing at me?
Ponyboy Horse says. The only thing I know about tapers is you need to kill like 4 of them in Far Cry 4 to upgrade your satchel.
Well, why would you want to do that? They're funny.
Stream Elements says. Good evening, mortal humans, make sure you subscribe to Dicebag and say hello. Cat with a Mouse says. She's stressed out, like I've been for the past month. Ponyboy Horse says.
Alright, we need to
Skunk's Workshop
thin
says.
down these arms.
Nemai is Neanderthal with a respect for heights. And barefoot.
Hey, Skunks. I see that you saw her recent stream.
Cat with a Mouse says. You want a gun? Here you go, pony. Skunk's Workshop says. 40k of us saw that stream.
She is getting the numbers, isn't she?
Ponyboy Horse says. 40k you say?
Oh no.
Ponyboy Horse says. Praise the Emperor. Ponyboy Horse says. Everyone who doesn't love the Emperor is a demon-humping heretic who kisses Nurgle. Kohate says. Ponyboy literally performing my worst nightmare. Cat with a Mouse says. I've seen the Emperor TDS videos. The Emperor don't care about any of us. Ponyboy Horse
Why am I
says,
learning?
The Emperor loves us, you take that back, heretic.
Why am I out here learning 40k lore against my will, as always?
Ponyboy Horse says. No homo. Kohate says. Same dice, same. Ponyboy Horse says. Kadaya still stands, the planet broke before the guard. Cat with a Mouse says. After you admit you're a communist fetishet. Once you do, I'll take it back. Kohate says. Hey, random question, you ever wear slippers? Your lichiness.
No, I don't wear slippers. Why would I wear slippers? The only time I'd ever wear slippers is just when I'm inside my house, when I could just, like, walk around in my socks. What's the point of slippers? Please tell me, what is the point of slippers?
Socks are the worst to wear indoors.
How?
Cat with a Mouse says. I used to wear slippers. But I stopped after the soles kept splitting from usage. Ponyboy Horse says. They tug your leg hair and get wet. Free the feet. Kohate says. If you hypothetically wore novelty slippers, what would they be of?
What do you mean novelty slippers? I'm not even following this conversation. I am, however,
Ponyboy Horse
lowering
says,
the eyes on the face because, as earlier I said, to make things cuter, you squish the face.
Cat with a mouse says, I'd go for winged dragon slippers.
Winged dragon slippers? Slippers are for soy boys. Y'all are a bunch of soy boys.
Kohate says, just answer the question, Dice. It's time sensitive.
I don't even
Cat
know
with a
what
mouse
this
says,
is. I don't know
a
what
bunch of
kind
what?
of novelty slippers there are. Soy boys sitting there in your pajamas sipping lattes.
Ponyboy Horse says, Dice Bag fact, Dice Bag owns 16% of Soylent and is a major stockholder.
Don't slander me like that.
Cat with a mouse says, I've never had coffee in my life, but I have always worn PJs around the house. Skunk's Workshop says, do they sell femboy slippers?
Femboy slippers. You might have to ask Dale about that one.
Ponyboy Horse says, do they sell tomboy slippers? Kohate says,
Alright guys, I think I'm
"Are
ready
you a
to
coffee
actually
guy,
color this.
Dice?"
No, I'm not a coffee guy.
Cat with a mouse says, I didn't hear that. I didn't hear that.
No coffee for me. Coffee is nasty.
Ponyboy Horse says, I love tomboys. They are the best breed of humans on earth. I wrote an essay on it.
We know about your tomboy thing. We know about your manifesto, Ponyboy. Alright, time to color this thing.
Cat with a mouse says, and I bet we all wished we never learned about that. Ponyboy Horse says, is that mint?
Did you not know that's mint? I thought I mentioned that was mint earlier, while you were here. Yes, that is mint.
Ponyboy Horse says, I don't remember. Kohate says, Pony came in after.
Yes, mint is being sucked in by the ghost trap.
Ponyboy Horse says, I don't actually watch Mint, but I know a bunch of people do.
Mint is my number 2, which is why I'm drawing them together. Because these two have been freaking bringing each other up on their own streams for like 2 years. Back when they were both corpo. But they never actually did anything together.
Skunks Workshop says, Ponyboy, tomboys or derby girls. You can only pick one.
He's gonna pick tomboys.
Man, I wish I had a cool Oshi, instead all I have is dice.
Shouldn't you be saying you're glad you have a cool Oshi?
Ponyboy Horse says, I am the prophet of tombology, the high confessor of the church. Cat with a Mouse says, Derby girl. I'm guessing you're talking about centaurs.
Probably more like race queens. If I had to guess. The freaking head thing is just the exact same color.
Ponyboy Horse says, centaurs are freaky. Cat with a Mouse says, no they aren't.
Cohet's debating on whether to weigh in.
Says, hurt. Ponyboy Horse says, it's a fin human torso on a horse torso.
Yeah, it is.
Ponyboy Horse says, it's like a human but with a horse peen and booty hole. Ponyboy Horse says, where do they even get pregnant? Cat with a Mouse says, they are still just people. The horse part doesn't matter that much.
It matters what's inside. Ponyboy.
Ponyboy Horse says, ain't no way you gonna score some horse poo tang and say it's just a people. Kohate says, it's all bait so I don't wanna snatch the line. Cat with a Mouse says, all rights for all creatures, both real and mythical.
Typical conversation of a bard player in D&D.
Kohate says, not, the goblin girls should be enslaved. Ponyboy Horse says, mermaids are also in the same category. Imagine seeing a 10/10 chick and then boom. Fish cooch.
I mean, is that really such a bad thing?
Pony is definitely a bard. I'm a rogue, I don't tolerate haters. Kohate says, what's your favorite animal dice?
I don't know, man.
Ponyboy
I'll
Horse
just be
says,
a normie and say
I
cats or
play a
something.
fighter in D&D.
Alright, we gotta restart this freaking... whatever this is. Playlist, that's what we call it.
Cat with a Mouse says, I've seen that fan roll sells dice with mini penguins inside them. Ponyboy Horse says, mermaids are freaky like, it feels kinda like getting head from a fish if you don't use the normal place.
How you figuring that, Ponyboy? They don't have a fish head. Ain't got fish lips.
Ponyboy
The
Horse
hell
says,
kind of mermaids are you
mermaids are
dealing
too
with?
fish for me, nah bruh, I am out. Cat with a
Sounds
Mouse
like
says,
Ponyboy just doesn't
pretty
have
sure that
fun.
mermaids have what you want in the normal place.
Alright, Nemi time.
Ponyboy Horse says, I think cat girls are already borderline.
Are you talking about like anime cat girls or furry cat girls?
Skunk's Workshop says, moth girls. Ponyboy Horse says,
Moth girls are
anime
pretty
cat
nice.
girls.
Anime cat girls. Ponyboy, you're just deranged.
Cat with a Mouse says,
I don't believe
I
you.
don't touch anything furry related. That's too weird, even for me. Kohate says, how are you gonna attract any tomboys if you're such a killjoy, Ponyboy? Ponyboy Horse says, I am normal. Just bang normal humans, you perverts.
Ponyboy, your Oshi is a horse girl.
Ponyboy Horse
With
says,
horse ears.
tomboys don't exist, Kohate. Ponyboy Horse says, Tomo has ABS, I don't look at the ears.
Oh, that makes it okay. As long as you don't look at the ears, it's fine.
Ponyboy Horse says, sorry Geronimo, abs.
Just type out the entire word, Ponyboy. Abdominal muscles.
Kohate says, centaurs can have 2 sets of abs if you really think about it. Skunk's Workshop says, barefoot moth girls. I did the research already. Cat with a Mouse says, I can't wait until Geronimo gains sentience and attacks Pony for the shit he makes him say. Ponyboy Horse says, Tomo has clearly defined abdominal muscles. And I wanna lick sweat from them gutters. Cat with a mouse says. Ponyboy may be disgusting with what he says, but he is funny.
That's why we keep him around.
Ponyboy Horse says. I am normal, I will have you know.
Sure, buddy.
Cat with a mouse says. Right.
Don't worry, we believe you. I can't wake. I forgot. That's not a thing I have the
Skunk's Workshop
capability of
says.
doing.
Ponyboy, how does the Emperor feel about tomboys?
Do we
Coheed
really
says,
need to know this?
If you were to hypothetically, for the sake of argument, wear sandals, would you wear socks with them?
Me? No. That defeats the purpose of wearing sandals.
Ponyboy Horse says. The Adeptus Sororitas is basically women warriors. They are the tomboy Devizion of the Empire. Cat with a mouse says. Never wear Mendels.
Yeah, I'd be wary of Mendel too. Dude's pretty crazy, I hear. Let's see. The ribbon is basically the same color as everything else, it looks like.
Ponyboy Horse says. Man wanna know some crazy shit. Know how Yoda does them crazy Kermit on crack flips when he fights with his lightsaber?
Sure.
Turns out it's just him. Yoda, who is the same species, fights with her lightsaber standing in place.
Okay. Well, obviously that's because he's on a higher level. Alright, pipe time.
Coheed says. Yeah, everyone knows Yoda is cracked. Ponyboy Horse says. Yoda is on a higher level to be sure. Lil bro be hitting them death sticks. Cat with a mouse says. Yoda is also more powerful than Yoda. He knows how to channel the force to move that fast. Ponyboy Horse says. I think Yoda just be hitting them Coruscant underworld party favors.
Party favors? Is that the euphemism we're going with? Is that like the, is that like the ayahuasca of the Star Wars universe? That's why he's so good with the Force. He's in communion with the Force elves.
Cat with a Mouse says. Plus, he was over 875 at the time. He doesn't need any more toxins in his temple of a body. Ponyboy Horse says. What if her pipe isn't a pipe at all, but is actually the horn of Gondor? Where was Dicebag when the Westfold fell?
It's not the horn of Gondor, okay? It's not a musical instrument. It's like a straw.
Ponyboy Horse says. God damn it, Geronimo, say Gondor.
Besides, I couldn't have been there. It was, a long time ago in a galaxy far, far away.
Ponyboy Horse says. How does Geronimo say Gondor? Like, there isn't even an E at the end, there's an O. You had it in the first half.
I don't know. I don't understand Geronimo's parsing of language. It's beyond me.
Cat with a Mouse says. That pipe looks more like the battle horn from Erebor. Ponyboy Horse
We'll
says.
go with that.
Man, isn't it crazy? Fauna went indie but Tomo went corpo. Times are weird, man.
Let's see, their color schemes don't really match very well with this usual style that I work in for my little creatures things.
Cat with a Mouse says. Isn't that the point though? Ponyboy Horse says. Geronimo, I won't make you say Worcestershire sauce if you say Tomo ei right. Scream Elements says. Good evening, mortal humans, make sure you subscribe to Dicebag and say hello.
Oh, okay, I see why you're
Ponyboy
asking me
Horse
questions
says.
now.
HHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHH
Hold on, let me save this.
Ponyboy Horse says. Say to moi.
He's not gonna do it, Ponyboy. He's being contrarian.
Cat with a mouse says. Let me try obligatorily.
Kohet's over here, memeing on me.
Ponyboy Horse says.
Thanks, Kohet.
God
this is
damn
not
it,
how
you
I
stupid
dress.
robot. To. Mo. I. Cat with a mouse says. That was at least consistent.
Okay. I do not walk around wearing pajama pants. And when I do wear pajamas, I wear full-length pants, just not boxers, or not just boxers. Okay.
Ponyboy Horse says. Now put it together, Geronimo. Tomo ei. Skunk's Workshop says. Ipsum is insane work, Kohate.
I don't know why he's sweating so
Ponyboy
bad.
Horse says. This stupid robot. Cat with a mouse says. Dice, I know you wear pants. Plus I don't think the tomboys would let you rock those shorts. Ponyboy Horse says. Worcestershire sauce. Kohate says.
Give it up, Ponyboy. Ipsum. Kohet, do you not know? Are you not familiar with the names of the Doughboys? Oh wait, no, you're right. That is Lorem, actually.
Ponyboy Horse says. Tomo ei. Kohate says. LMAO. Ponyboy Horse says. FFD. Ponyboy Horse says. FFS. Cat with a mouse says.
Ponyboy, give it up.
Furious. Toai. Ponyboy Horse says. Tomo AI. Cat with a mouse says. Well, that failed. Should have guessed. Ponyboy Horse says. How does a robot struggle with this?
Buddy, I'm telling you, he's gained sentience already. He's just memeing on you.
Ponyboy Horse
He knows
says,
how to say it.
Tomo ei.
He's just being contrarian.
Ponyboy Horse says. Okay, fuck this bot. Cat with a mouse says. We love Geronimo here. We just hate you, Pony. Skunk's Workshop says. Geronimo wants feed. Cut him some slack.
I don't think
Ponyboy
Geronimo
Horse
actually
says,
wants feet.
I'm just going to telepathically communicate my messages directly into your subconscious awarenesses for a couple minutes out of protest.
Alright, you do that. Let's see. Let's get rid of this. I don't want to keep clicking back onto it. Should I bother to put like the markings on her freaking ears here? I feel like there's not really enough room to justify that. Maybe we can just slap some dots on there. Changing my mind in real time.
Cat with a Mouse says, no, that's too many details that will get ruined.
There. I already did it.
Kohate says, if there aren't any markings, she could be any animal to include a hyena.
Oh no, I don't think hyenas have ears of that type.
Skunk's Workshop says, they look like hyena ears to me.
Do they? Maybe I need to brush up on my hyena ears.
Ponyboy Horse says, roses are red, my balls they are blue. Geronimo say Tomo I write or I will end you.
He's protesting. This is 1984, Ponyboy. You're putting him through a struggle session. Leave Geronimo alone.
Cat with a Mouse says, blood cells are red. Eyeballs are blue. You don't mess with Geronimo. Geronimo messes with you. Ponyboy Horse says, Geronimo fact El Geronimo likes to walk across his house just so he can lick his feet and suck his toes.
Ponyboy, you know that Geronimo doesn't have feet. Okay, you know what? This whole hunchback thing that Mint has got going on needs to change.
Ponyboy Horse says, Geronimo fact, Geronimo has feet. Skunk's Workshop says, he does have feet. You haven't drawn them yet is all.
He doesn't have feet. Look.
Cat with a Mouse says, of course you would know that, you fetishist. Ponyboy Horse says,
Okay,
Not
this
a
is as
fetishes.
full-bodied as Geronimo has ever been, okay? Notice, no feet there. Alright? No feet. He is a floating robo.
Ponyboy Horse says, I think fetishist should have been my early warning sign that he does not want to cooperate with me.
Probably. Alright. I think we're gonna leave this one here.
Solo the Nerd says, so far YouTube has been cooperative. At least when I've checked.
That's good to know. Nothing seems to be crashing. None of the tabs
Ponyboy
seem to
Horse
be
says,
getting crazy.
How much do you have to pay to get a suck job like that?
I don't know, man. I'm pretty sure Nemi is American, so her hospital is pretty expensive, I'm sure. I'm gonna put this up on social media. We'll save the other ones for later. Let's see. Tweet. Tweet, I say.
Cat with a mouse says, when your friend takes you for everything you've got.
Alright, what do I caption this with?
Skunk's Workshop says, has Dale finished his Monster Girls encyclopedia yet? I'm dying here.
I don't know if Dale has been working on anything. He never tells us about it.
Ponyboy Horse says, fun story. So today I was going over my homeowner's insurance and I am glad I did. Turns out, if someone steals my blanket in the middle of the night I won't be covered. Cat
Wow,
says,
funny.
I thought the line I just posted in chat was good.
Ah!
Ponyboy Horse says, laugh now.
I'm gonna have to double check some of these hashtags.
Kohate says, if your question is, has Dale X, then the safe bet is no.
That's true.
Ponyboy Horse says, what do you call a bunch of guys who eat food together? Taste buds.
Good one, Ponyboy, good one. Alright, I did spell Nimagery right.
Cat with a mouse says. Possible quote, why must my friends always suck up my hopes and dreams?
You know what? I feel like it's not apparent that she is being sucked in rather than squeezed out. So we need to make a little bit of a implication. Also, I forgot she's got freaking two-toned hair. What is wrong with me?
Cat with a mouse says. Air rushing into the pipe might help.
Yeah,
Pony
we're
Boy
just
Horse
gonna
says,
take this and like...
Dicebag doesn't even know his Oshi's SMH my head.
Look, man. I've only drawn mint once. And it was not on my normal account.
Cat with a mouse says. Maybe indent the cheeks more to simulate the drawn-in face look.
Maybe. I was trying not to get
Pony
too
Boy Horse
overbearing
says,
with it.
Dicebag made mint R34.
Alright, I think that gets the point a bit across a little
Dicebag
better.
is making naughty Vtuber images.
Pony boy, shut up! Let's see.
Kohate says. Pony, what's the gender bend rule? Cat with a mouse says. Pony, it's only naughty if you say it is.
Alright, we got the updated one. We're gonna attach it and send it.
Pony Boy Horse says. There's a gender bend rule. You mean R63?
Yes, R63. Ship it. I'm self-conscious about sending out art with like popular hashtags on him. But there it
Ponyboy Horse
goes.
says.
There it goes.
So our 63 dice bag when?
Don't give Kohat any ideas. Okay. Okay. That's bad.
Ponyboy Horse says. Imagine dice bag with a big bouncy pair of massive mommy milkies.
We don't want to
says,
imagine that.
Smile.
We definitely don't need to imagine that.
Cat with a mouse says. I thought dice bag was androgynous.
Androgynous? Just because I got long hair? I'm a metalhead. What do you think I have? Alright. Next one.
Kohate says. The cool thing about drawing is you can just draw whatever you want and God nor Satan can stop you. Ponyboy Horse says. Mommy dice bag can have the same shirt just with some major cleavage. Cat with a mouse says. No. You just have the perfect balance of feminine looks and male ruggedness.
I don't know if I want feminine looks. You know what? We're gonna make this one a little smaller.
Maybe you should make a short-haired tomboy to balance things out. Cat with a mouse says. Didn't want to say it. But you are a very pretty boy.
He's colored it now. We now have colored chibi dice bag, everybody. You know what? Maybe we need a different kind of head for this one. Very interesting. I hate drawing chibis, by the way. You can't just be like, oh yeah, human proportions, I know human proportions. Or let me look up the human proportions. You have to be like, okay, so how many heads tall is this thing? Is there a neck or not? Do they have shoulders?
As long as the shorts are too garish in color, the chibi dice should look fine. Ponyboy Horse says. You hate drawing your Oshis.
Yes, Ponyboy. How many heads tall is this chick? Let's find out. 1, 2. Pretty standard chibi proportions. But that makes things a little difficult for me, as I am definitely not used to drawing in those proportions.
Kohate says, like, 1.9 heads. Ponyboy Horse says, Dicebag fact, Dicebag is secretly a furry and his fursona is an orange wolf named Thunderfire Fang.
Where are you getting this from?
Kohate
Let's
says,
see, she's got...
is his fursona cool? Cat with a mouse says,
That's about the
Pony's
chibi
headcanon is
proportions.
not right. Ponyboy Horse says, his fursona is edgy.
My fursona is Shadow the Hedgehog, but with blue highlights instead of red.
Kohate says, but is it cool Y/N? Ponyboy Horse says, I am sure furries would consider it cool.
Freaking chibi proportions, I shouldn't have done this.
Cat with a mouse says, in my next D&D session, if I succeed in our current mission, I can earn the 400 GP golem for free.
Damn. Your DM just gives you golems for free?
Ponyboy Horse says, you can earn anything for free by the power of stealing.
Ponyboy is one of those players, huh?
Stream Elements says, good evening, mortal humans, make sure you subscribe to Dicebag and say hello. Cat with a mouse says, I have to help a Feyrier free the owlbear cub from the poachers first. Ponyboy Horse says, HHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHH
Alright, it's coming together. I'm starting to understand.
Cat with a mouse says. At least in this fight I can finally perform a sneak attack. Can't risk use the breath weapon here.
You haven't been able to sneak attack the entire time? Is that a feature of 5th edition or what? I'm not familiar with how difficult it is to do these things in 5th. In 4th edition, if you weren't sneak attacking, you were a bad rogue.
Cat with a mouse says. It is a standard rogue feature. I just never tried to use sneak attack before now. Ponyboy Horse says. All the rogues be sneakin' and attackin' these days.
I mean, what else are rogues supposed to do if not sneak and attack? Steal?
Cat with a mouse says. My noble background is funny because my character hates nobility with every fiber in his being. Ponyboy Horse says.
Oh, and why'd he choose to be a noble?
One of my goals is to play a changeling assassin. That guy will mess your world.
Oh, they actually have changelings in 5th, eh? I know they were introduced in 4th. Well, no, for the first time. But at some point, they added changelings to the playable classes.
Cat with a mouse says. He didn't choose to be noble. He is the crown prince of a kingdom and the grandson of a dragon deity. Ponyboy Horse says. Changelings are crazy. Imagine being able to be a hot tomboy on a whim. God, imagine.
I don't know if everybody has that fantasy, Ponyboy. I could see the value in, like, if your girlfriend was a changeling or something. That'd be pretty cool.
Cat with a mouse says. My party member is a changeling druid. And she is as normal as can be.
Changeling druid? Isn't shape-shifting one of the normal druid things?
Ponyboy Horse says.
Why you want to be a changeling
if your
druid?
girlfriend was a changeling, she'd think you were cheating on her every time you did the dirty.
Is there some weird lore rule with it? Because wouldn't she know?
Ponyboy Horse says. Plus she'd be asking the would you love me if I was a worm question all the time in the weirdest ways. Kohate says. No, he's right, it's girl logic.
You know what? You're probably right about that. I forgot about girl logic.
Cat with a mouse says. Wild shape is different from being a changeling. Chanelings transform into different humanoids. Wild shape lets you transform into animals and summon animal familiars.
Okay, so... so he's a changeling that's a furry.
Cat with a mouse says. I guess. Kohate says. Dice. Kohate says. Think about it.
Did I inspire
Kohate
a new
says,
one of your characters?
Double D, ice, bag. Kohate says.
Oh no.
Brilliant. Ponyboy Horse says. A druid GF would just be R63 Beast Boy. Kohate says. The R63 is real.
Alright, whatever. Whatever, guys. Whatever. Anyways, what we're drawing here is Nemi's first encounter with the Barbie girls. Okay.
Ponyboy Horse says. Man, pour one out for Cyborg. Brother was a normal dude with a promising career before being turned into a robot. Now he lives in a tower and has to listen to Robin grunting from Starfire's room and T-Rex noises coming from Raven's room while he's all alone with a metal dong.
Ponyboy, I've seen that joke already on social media.
Ponyboy Horse says. It stuck with me.
I can tell.
Cat with a mouse says. Well, not all alone. If the Go Cannon is real, his girlfriend is Jenks. Ponyboy Horse says. Imagine being the third wheel twice man.
We'll have to come back later and clean these up. I need to get the concept out of my head.
Ponyboy Horse says. Also TikTok as of now is officially banned. Woohoo.
I heard Trump was giving it 90 days to finalize a deal. Did that fall through?
Cat with a mouse says. Is that pony on the left? The eyes kinda look right.
The one on the left is Enos. She's a German cockatiel.
Ponyboy Horse says. My eyes are beautiful, I look like a D'Angelo painting. Kohate says. I hope not, I've really enjoyed seeing everyone just move to a different Chinese app out of spite. Ponyboy Horse says. These girls look like they've been partying with Yoda.
I wouldn't know.
Cat with a mouse says. When you leave the grape juice out too long, finally drink from it, and get tipsy.
Let's see. Enos is actually showing off a lot of midriff. Also, it's hard to find a full body picture of her.
Cat with a mouse says. Bet they're both the drunk M here guy. Ponyboy Horse says. You just want to see her feet.
I don't need to see her feet. Seriously have to go to Twitter to see her reference sheet. Get out of here, tweeter. Alright, this body is getting too big. Or too long, rather. We gotta shorten things up.
Ponyboy Horse says, Mommy dice bag Dakamakara when? Cat with a mouse says,
No!
Used to check Twitter back when PlayStation had the PS5 shortage. Now I only pay attention to social media involving Pokemon gaming.
No mommy dice bag, that's not a thing. Why is mommy dice bag a thing before daddy dice bag?
Ponyboy Horse says, Mommy dice bag is a thing. Kohate says, that's probably for the best CWAM. Kohate says, because your target demo don't like daddies. Cat with a mouse says,
That's true.
besides, dice bag is the perfect father. Tough but fair and not afraid to throw hands when necessary. Ponyboy Horse says, petition to make mommy dice bag also a muscle mommy.
No mommy dice bag.
Kohate says, vetoed.
Thank you, Kohat.
Ponyboy Horse says, 1984. Ponyboy Horse says, I must be the only muscle mommy appreciator around here. Cat with a mouse says, Pony, I'll let you make a muscle wife for dice. But on your head if he doesn't like it. Had Ice Parlor Games says, do you would.
Dudes, Patty, how's it going? I'm doodling Vtubers. In case you couldn't tell.
Ponyboy Horse says, I bet Patty likes muscle mommies. Kohate says, well, if it isn't look who it is. Patty's Parlor says, my friends,
answer the question, Patty. Alright.
Kohate says. LMAO. Patty's Parlor says. I mentioned it once on stream.
I don't remember off the top of my head. We're just bringing it up because it was the topic of conversation.
Says, did you make any progress on your orcs after the stream?
Alright, you know what? The bow-legged looking
Patty's Parlor says,
ain't really doing it.
I'm just saying, Mrs. Parlor is 6 feet as am I.
Alright, now for the third wheel.
Cat with a mouse says. Pictures or it's not true. Patty's Parlor says. I'm playing around with style a little bit.
A frickin'... Why'd you pick such an emo name, Fallen Shadow? I typed that name into frickin' into the image search, and what do I get is a bunch of novels. Alright, this is the third victim.
Ponyboy Horse says. Fallen Shadow is Shondo. Ponyboy Horse says. Shondo is Connie.
Shondo is a good girl.
Cat with a mouse says. She looks familiar. I think I saw one of her reaction videos on YouTube earlier today. Ponyboy Horse says. Shondo is good schizo loli. Patty's Parlor says.
She's pretty funny.
I've been obsessing over whether or not I'm getting the most out of my art time.
You're in the... I'm trying to come up with a thing to say, and it's not coming to me. I'm like blinking.
Kohate says. It really depends on the goal of your art time, yeah no. Kohate says. Most of the time, people aren't getting the most out of their art time.
I'm definitely not getting the most out of my art time.
Kohate says. Dice bag over in the corner suffering. Patty's Parlor says. I want to get better, I want my books to be top notch.
we go. Like I said earlier, we gotta squish the faces. Squish the face for the cute effect. However, Shondo is not going to have eyes visible. Okay, Kohei, I saw the first squish face you posted. You don't need to post it every time.
Patty's Parlor says, my finished pieces aren't indicative of my pencils. And there's one piece I've done that forever taunts me because I haven't been able to recreate the grid since. Kohei says, I'll post it every time you bring it up, because it makes me chuckle. Cat with a mouse says, when your pals watch you sleep at night and wait for the right moment to scream. Patty's Parlor says, but it was on my Surface and with a different app entirely.
Alright, let's see how much of what I drew is covered up by the other girls. I'm just gonna organize these into their own layers because, geez.
Kohei says, Patty's Parlor games, I'm def of the opinion that those kinds of stylistic choices, brush, texture, etc., can all be done with a round opaque or semi-opaque brush. But the fundamentals are golden.
Fundamentals are always golden. You gotta know the rules before you break the rules. Let's see. Okay, good. Oh no!
Patty's Parlor says, he'll post it in the Discord. Kohei says, I was arguing with a buddy who wants to get better but simply refuses to sit down and study. And I had to leave because it's one of those things where there's just no alternative. Stream Elements says, good evening, mortal humans, make sure you subscribe to Dicebag and say hello. Patty's Parlor says, that's my thing, I need to do more doofies. Patty's Parlor says, studies.
Doofies.
Patty's Parlor says, my Discord app on Mac isn't opening. Ponyboy Horse says,
there it is. I thought he almost forgot it. Let's see.
Patty's Parlor says, ah, there it is. Kohei says, I think just about everyone does, but it's decidedly unfun if one doesn't like drawing for the sake of drawing. Ponyboy Horse says, Now say Tomo Ei.
You can't make him Ponyboy. Geronimo is not your...
Ponyboy Horse says. FFS.
It's not your voiceover slave.
You will never win, Pony. Give up now.
That's a threat.
Patty's Parlor says. I don't get a lot of time, so I'm very outcome oriented when I draw. Doesn't give me much time to practice and master my fundamentals like I should.
Man, Patty, is that all a single piece?
Ponyboy Horse says. Tomoe.
I think it might be some pieces slapped together. I don't know, it's hard to tell.
Ponyboy Horse says. How does it mess it up?
Geronimo's just not built to say it, Ponyboy. I deliberately
Patty's Parlor says.
Tweaked his software so that he can't pronounce that.
Pieces slapped together.
Okay, that makes sense.
Says, hope this works. Tohei. Kohate says. I hear that, plus you've got a whole fam as well, can't really argue that you can make time, ha. Patty's Parlor says. The big monster on the left hand side, it's one of my most favorite drawings. Cat with a Mouse says. I got close that time. Let's try Tohei.
You didn't have the second O, but it still tried to pronounce it anyways.
Never mind.
Good job, Geronimo. Geronimo has no clue. Like I told you. He's not programmed for it. He's deliberately been programmed to not say your waifu's name, Ponyboy. Just to frustrate you.
Ponyboy Horse says. He can say my daughter's name at least. Ponyboy Horse says. Sherman.
Yes, I know. In case anyone was wondering.
Cat with a Mouse says. Peter Piper picked a peck of pickled peppers. A peck of pickled peppers Peter Piper picked. If Peter Piper picked a peck of pickled peppers, where's the peck of pickled peppers Peter Piper picked?
Did you expect him to get tongue-tied with that? This is gonna be a pain to color. We don't need mint anymore. Get out of here, mint. Okay, which one? There's the one.
Cat with a Mouse says. Wehua got it in one I believe and Geronimo delivered. Kohate says. One must look within Peter Piper who picked the peck of pickled peppers to determine where the pickled peppers Peter Piper picked were placed.
I suppose so. I'm not gonna double check, so I'll just take your word for it.
Kohate says. He ate them.
Okay, thanks for clarifying.
Ponyboy Horse says. You are what you eat. Patty's Parlor says. There you go.
Okay. Let's see. What do I want to put on next? Oh, where is the right one? Here it is. I need to actually name these things, so I don't keep clicking on the wrong one all the time. But I don't want to do that right now because I am lazy and focused.
Kohate says. Unblurred it's a lot better, you can see his nauseating maw in all its glory. Ponyboy Horse says. Everyone asks if you are okay, but nobody ever asks what the Ewoks did with all those stormtrooper bodies after episode 6.
What do you think happened, Ponyboy?
Cat with a Mouse says. Everyone knows they were handed over as pals. Ponyboy Horse says. Ewoks ate the stormtroopers. Patty's Parlor says. Definitely one of my most favorite I've done.
Alright, let's take a look at what Patty's actually posting over here. Pretty complex. Is this Haas Delgado? It looks like Haas Delgado.
Cat with a mouse says.
I assume this is the particular
like
guy
first
you're talking
edition
about.
D&D art. Patty's Parlor says.
Yeah, I think that's what he's going
there's
for.
an old Facebook Live of me working on this.
Facebook Live, oh. Do people still use Facebook Live? Surely not, right? Dang it, this is the wrong one. That's the wrong one. This is the right one.
Kohate says. Facebook Live is crazy. Ponyboy Horse says. People still use Facebook.
I know some people still use Facebook because they're in my freaking family.
Patty's Parlor says. And yet, Hoss Delgado, my brother, loves his pop culture references and that Snake Plissken in space. Patty's Parlor says. When I first started being online 4 years ago, that's where I started.
Yeah, I tried to, like, use Facebook for a little marketing on my first game. And then I moved to Instagram because I'm like, well, I'm an artist and this is more image focused. And
Patty's
I
Parlor
got like
says,
1,000 followers.
Didn't get anywhere. But that was also when my wife was on streams with me. She's my favorite co-host. Now I get my brothers.
I got like 1,000 followers over on Instagram, and just overnight they like cut off the organic reach of your posts. There was just one point in time where I can point back to where it was like I was getting half the amount of views and interactions on my posts after that. Not mint, not the mint image. There's like hardly any actual good art-focused social medias these days.
Ponyboy Horse says. What is this aura? Kohate says. Rip DeviantArt. Kohate says. Rip ArtStation.
They're probably both flooded with AI art right now, aren't they?
Kohate says. Rip miscellaneous online forums. Kohate says. Yeah, and forums died with the popularity of Twitter/Facebook/Instagram.
And Reddit. Reddit was what really killed forums because it was like the same
Patty's
kind of
Parlor
format,
says,
but
Alright, what's the opinion on the artist that got shamed off X because the AI witch hunt?
the opinion? Oh no, I think they should come back, I guess.
Kohate says. Although I still go shopping on ArtStation for high quality photo references from time to time.
I don't know the whole story of the
Ponyboy
artists
Horse
getting
says,
shamed off.
how do people get mistaken for using AI?
AI has gotten a lot harder to tell apart depending on what kind of model you're using.
Kohate says, I saw that. I think if someone says you use AI and you take it so personally that you close your account, especially if you don't use AI, you shouldn't be online.
Kohate just comes right out with the victim blaming.
Patty's Parlor says, that's what I said. Kohate says, maybe it's cruel, but I think closing things down was in that artist's interests. Cat with a Mouse says, follow the rules of DICE. AI is your reference source, not your product.
Yes. If you're gonna use AI, it shouldn't deal with the bulk of the actual skills.
Ponyboy Horse says, I use AI to make funny meme songs sometimes in Discord.
Memes are the most acceptable use of AI as far as I'm concerned. Let's see, can we even see a difference between the skin color and the eye color? A little bit, a little bit.
Kohate says,
Neeby's not so
find
white.
It super interesting that non-artists were the ones giving her a hard time. So I wonder what the reason for that kind of antagonism was.
Is that the case? I was thinking about that earlier, but I got distracted. I wasn't sure if it was actual artists that were accusing them. But yeah, if it's non-artists should frankly just stay out of that.
Because as far as I can tell, consumers literally don't care.
Also, they don't know.
Patty's Parlor says, I don't think you should do AI witch hunts, and I'm generally very gentle when it comes to critiques on art online. But I'm always prepared to be ripped apart. Kohate says, do you think they would care if they knew though?
It depends on the person. Like, obviously that person that did the shaming cared. But again, they also didn't know. Like, there's a real subtle distinction that's hard to define between knowing something is AI and, like, recognizing it as human actually. Like, I couldn't describe it, but I could probably point it out, like, with a very high degree of accuracy. What are you guys saying on Twitter? Post-stream Dice exclusively serves sass? Go ahead, what is this? What are you saying about me? I go to check how good the last drawing was doing, if it was getting any traction, and I see this in my notifications.
Kohate says, I like seeing people who lie be forced into honesty, that's why I kind of like the witch hunts. Kohate says, don't worry about it, Dice. Patty's Parlor says, it's getting harder and harder to prove. But you could look at a piece and say, hey, this looks great but this shadow looks out of place. Maybe try changing it. Patty's Parlor says, if they get up in arms or can't change it, it's just more evidence.
Yeah. I think most of what I see around that kind of irks me is like writers who use AI generated book covers. A lot of the time I see something that looks questionable that some writer posts, and I want to be like, hey, who's the artist? This might be a bit... I might have chosen the wrong color for Shondo's hair here. I'm not sure which tone to go with.
Kohate says,
let's go with
but
this.
Generally I'd prefer it if people just ignored AI content upon recognition. The entire concept of bait, or red meat, on the internet has been weighing heavy on my mind. Patty's Parlor
I know what
says,
you mean.
My brother and I are going to be looking at a bunch of books on my show tomorrow. One's published on DTRPG.
Oh yeah?
Patty's Parlor says, they look like they're made entirely with AI. Writing and all.
Oh,
Kohate
okay,
says,
so this is a...
do those books have AI covers?
I would imagine so.
Kohate says, oh I see. Ponyboy Horse says, Sundo is cute and funny. Or Cunny for short.
Okay, Ponyboy. It is true, she is cute and both funny. Both cute and funny. Something's up with her shoulders
Kohate
here,
says,
though.
While Geronimo said Cunny correctly.
How you feel about that, Ponyboy? He can say that, but not your waifu's name. Okay, Shondo, how's your stuff going on here? Okay.
Ponyboy Horse says, can't say Tomo. 1984. Patty's Parlor says, the dude publishes an adventure every 2 days. All his core rule books are Electrum bestsellers at $10. Each adventure is between $0.50 and $3.
Bro, yeah, no, the sheer volume of that is like, dude's definitely like having ChatGPT write his adventures.
Patty's Parlor says, link.
Link. Let me see what we got here. I've got a dangerously
says,
large amount of tabs
Electrum.
open. Kohe, electrum is a naturally occurring alloy of gold and silver.
Patty's Parlor says. He's been doing it since 2022. We have to compete with that.
2022? This right here. What's going on with the earrings? What is this? Is she a cyborg or something, or is this just a...
Patty's Parlor says. Electrum is over 251 sales on a single product listed $0.20 or more.
This is definitely AI. Like when I first saw it, I was like, okay, maybe not, but no, the details are all AI. You got the earrings that are like
Boy Horse says.
Misshapen.
That hat is 100% AI.
Merging with the hair. The hat's just not...
Kohate says.
Like this should be
That's
like
really
this.
specific. But I guess it goes to say he's making bank. Cat with a mouse says.
That's how the
Looks like
thing should be.
Cyberpunk 2077 graphics.
Yeah, and the thing with the... Like, AI often gets jewelry wrong. Like, it just doesn't grasp
Kohate
it.
says. Men will literally see a woman with a nice rack and say less.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, this thing, there's, it's like trying to make a, what do you call that? Like the, not the strap, not the rope, whatever you call it, the thing that a pendant would, necklace, okay. It's trying to get the necklace going on, but it can't.
Patty's Parlor says.
It can't figure the
look
difference.
At all the titles next to each other. It looks like he doesn't even change the prompt between some titles.
Silent Sin, Scourge, Wrath, The Shift, The Wages of Worth, Phantom Descent. Sword of the Sinister, Carpathian Tide, The Shrouded Eye. Okay, that just looked like AI just at a glance. That don't make no sense. Yeah, no, this shit is AI. I'm reading the description for that last one.
Stream Elements says.
And
Good evening, mortal humans.
okay,
make sure
Geronimo.
you subscribe to Dicebag and say hello.
Shut up.
Ponyboy Horse says. I'm
reading the description, and by the second sentence, I'm noticing clear signs of ChatGPT. And I know this because I use it to help my stuff. But I don't just take entire descriptions and slap them on there. Let's see. Beyond the edge of mapped stars, where the light of suns dwindles into perpetual dusk, lies a system forgotten by time and forsaken by reason.
Now look at his
Karnath's
book.
Veil.
You can preview half of it for free. His roles are written by AI.
Karnath's Veil, cloaked in cosmic debris. That right there. Cloaked in is a ChatGPT-ism. Cloaked in cosmic debris and spectral storms, has long been a place where whispers of fortune die in silence. Has long been is another common one. Among scavengers, it is a graveyard of failed empires, but for those who hear the echoes of its mysteries, it is a crucible of legend.
Kohate says, the mark of an artist that's really proud of their work is a product called All Products Bundle, which is discounted from $500 to $8.
Anyways, back to VTubers. Shondo, you pale as hell. Freaking white woman VTubers, am I right?
Ponyboy Horse says, Shondo is breedable and funny. Ponyboy Horse says, I mean cute and funny.
Okay, Ponyboy, we're gonna have to tell on you to the tomboys.
Ponyboy Horse says,
She's freaking glowing, she's
you
so
better
white.
not.
Shondo, get some sun.
Ponyboy Horse says, I don't tell on you to the feet people.
I don't respect the feet people anyway, so
Kohate says,
I don't know what you tell on them
I
for.
don't think I would sell anything for less than 10, but the idea that you take all of your efforts, compress them into a bundle and send that out for a couple of bucks is wild. Complete lack of care. Cat with a mouse says, I though Pony was a feet people.
Yeah, Ponyboy, aren't you a fetishist?
Ponyboy Horse says, I am not a fetishist. Ponyboy Horse says, you communist commissar.
That's what a communist fetishist would say, definitely. You know what? This can't stand.
Solo the Nerd says, closing YouTube to focus on Twitch. YouTube is for making sure your stream is up.
I'm glad somebody's doing that. We don't have Dale here to do it. He's a YouTube boy.
Ponyboy Horse says, YouTube is stinky.
There we go, that's better.
Kohate says, as far as I'm concerned, Solo, you're exclusively C-Wham to me now. Cat with a mouse says,
C-Wham, what
can't
the hell
find
does
Dale
that
on
mean?
YouTube anywhere. Where is he?
I don't know, he must be busy. He said something in the Discord a while ago. And that's all I've seen of him.
Kohate says, he's probably out doing stupid Australian things. Like being down under. Or worse. Australian.
He's getting punched by kangaroos and poisoned by snakes. Alright. Let's compare. Who is the bigger white woman?
Boy Horse says, Australia is just British Texas.
Enos is officially less white than Shondo. I guess that makes sense. I think they get a little more sun over in Germany, as opposed to the UK.
Cat with a Mouse says, isn't pasty just pasty? Patty's Parlor says, I try to price my books around 10 colones a page, unless I really send it in the art.
Geronimo, what did you say? 10 colones?
Patty's Parlor says, but $5 is my minimum.
That seems pretty reasonable.
Patty's Parlor says, 10 cents. Kohate says, if the goal is to create a product and distribute it to many people, a lower price is totally justifiable. Patty's Parlor says, but Kalen's is now my jam. Kohate says,
Colonies.
that's not really why I thought his pricing was so offensive.
We're getting lots of little Geronimo-isms this stream, aren't we?
Cat with a Mouse says, agreed. It's good business sense. Lower prices for intro products. Patty's Parlor says, oh for sure Kohate. I picked up what you were putting down. Ponyboy Horse says, Geronimo can't say shit right.
Yeah, speaking of lower prices for the intro products, I actually have more or less decided that I'm probably just gonna offer like the basic rules for creatures for free. And then the stuff I'll actually have is like paid content, is like all the random generation rules and stuff like that.
Cat with a Mouse says, just like D&D Beyond.
I wouldn't know. I just figure there's enough piracy and
Kohate says, Dice,
book sharing.
I want to buy a hardcover copy of the whole product from you.
Well, there will probably be something like that.
Ponyboy Horse says, ahoy me hearties. Patty's Parlor says, people will spend money though, a lot of people will treat free as trash. As I've learned, I've been offering my base books as free and then charge for the add-ons. Kohate says, that's what I signed up for 5 years ago.
And no, physical books, if you want a physical book, we can do that. And I intend
Cat
to.
with a Mouse says, can someone please batten down Pony's hatches?
We can have physical books, but for people who just want to try the game out.
Kohate says, phrasing.
And I'm looking for a reference.
Swab me poop deck.
We're not swabbing your poop deck, Pony Boy.
Ponyboy Horse says. 1984. Patty's Parlor says. But I'm also poor, and know what it's like to not be able to afford stuff. I also make my books so they're easy to print from home so you can replace lost, damaged, stolen copies. Cat with a Mouse says. What phrasing? I just want Pony to shut up for a few minutes. Patty's Parlor says. I've already been told some of my books are on the high seas.
Speaking of rules and stuff, I've been working on an interactive thing that will walk you through character creation step by step for creatures. And I got an interactive PDF made up for the character sheets that you can fill out on your own. I'm gonna be trying to work that out soon. As I said before, I've been trying to get people to sign up for the email list, but every time I like run an ad or something, I get like no interactions or signups. And I realized I didn't have a lead magnet. I didn't have a little like freebie to give people. That's really what gets people to sign up. So that's going to be my lead magnet. Sign up for the newsletter and make your first character. Okay, Ines, you do not have all the things in this image that I need.
Patty's Parlor says. If you have an ad dice, you'll play it on my channel. Ponyboy Horse says. I will sign up if you make a short hair tomboy.
I don't know if that's enough effort, to Ponyboy. That might be too much effort. Making a whole character. I've heard that getting somebody's email on your list is worth like $7.
Why do shorts sometimes give girls weird looking hips?
Hers are just kind of poofy.
Ponyboy Horse says. The audience will love it.
Not you, Shadow. Get out of here.
Patty's Parlor says. I just need something more than a website to pull up, but I'll put your link in my descriptions. But if you have a 30 SEC ad you can send my way, I'll load it into my Rumble Studio.
I don't really have video ads. I usually just stick to images and stuff. I am working on a lengthier lore video though. I got all the narration done, I just have to like edit a video together with it. And it should be good to go, but that's going to be a little longer than 30 seconds. And by a little longer, I mean probably more like 10 minutes.
Doesn't have to be 30 seconds either, but no longer than 1:30.
Alrighty, let's see.
Cat with a Mouse says. 1:30 is long enough for a teaser. Just like for a movie trailer. Kohate says. Get in the animation mines, dice. Create 720 frames of animated ad for Vtubers, smiley face.
That sounds like a job for Patron, you know? He does that shit.
Kohate says. LMAO. Kohate says. Unironically, based. Patty's Parlor says. Alrighty, time to watch a movie with my muscle mommy wife before she beats me up. Kohate says. Bye, Patty.
See you around, Patty.
Ponyboy Horse says. I love muscle mommies.
Of course you do.
Patty's Parlor says. Stay fresh D-bags.
Alright, now the final touch on this chick. This is how you know she's a cockatiel.
Cat with a Mouse says.
Not a Pikachu.
I'm not a D-bag. I'm just a jerk. M. Young says. Draw Firepaw getting a makeup by Spotted Leaf and Sandpaw spraying pixie dust on Firepaw. They're from Warriors Into the Wild.
I have no idea what that is. But welcome, M. Young. I'm not familiar with you.
Pretty sure she needs a belly button.
Does she, though? We could put one on there, but I don't think it's imperative. Here, we'll make it really goofy. There we go.
M. Young says. It's a book series. Ponyboy Horse says. Belly buttons are lint collectors.
Okay, Ponyboy. Is this another profound statement you're coming at us with, or is this just more
Cat with a Mouse says. Not if you clean them right.
This is correct. You know what? We'll just go with that. We're not going to go into more detail on the belly button fixation that Ponyboy is giving us here.
Ponyboy Horse says. Clean them with the tongue?
I think you got it backwards. Or not backwards, just completely wrong. What color do we want to put in the background here?
M. Young says. Firepaw and Spotted Leaf and Sandpaw are cats.
Yeah. I bet they are. We're drawing VTubers though.
Ponyboy Horse says. What's a VTuber?
I don't know, man. You know what? This by itself works surprisingly well.
Cat with a mouse says. I'd call that done.
We can throw a little more on it.
Kohate says. Waiting for the day, what is a VTuber becomes the next what is a woman.
Well, according to some people, all VTubers are men.
Ponyboy Horse says.
So it kind of is that
Today
already.
Is that day Kohate. Cat with a mouse says. Sounds funny but I don't get it. Ponyboy Horse says. VTubers are just V-tweeters. Kohate says. What do you mean? That's just true. Cat with a mouse says. Besides, almost all VTubers are women. Only a handful of VTubers are male. Ponyboy
I don't know
Horse
about
says,
that.
all women are feds.
I think most big VTubers are women.
Kohate says. What's the conceptualization here, Dice? Why are they all mentally deficient?
Okay, Nemi has a toggle that's like this. Okay. And
Cat with the
Enos,
mouse
this
says,
is just kind of her normal
I
look.
say they're all drunk. Ponyboy Horse says. I can fix them.
How are you gonna fix them?
Ponyboy Horse says. I will worry about it when I get there. Cat with a mouse
They don't
says,
need to be fixed. They're
he's gonna cut
great
their hair
just
and
the way they
surgically
are.
give them Johnsons.
they're exactly as they should be.
Ponyboy Horse says. I like no meat on my women, that's Kohate. Kohate says. Sweat.
Alright. Highlights time.
Cat with a mouse says. Perfect caption, the perfect night that no one remembers. Ponyboy Horse says. It amazes me just how many penises Kohate draws. Probably the highest penis ratio I have ever seen on a Twitter profile.
Do we have to talk about that? Can we go back to talking about, I don't know, what was it? Muscle Mommy Dice Bag or something? I think that might have been preferable.
Kohate says. Yeah, PBH, don't be gay in chat.
Yes.
Ponyboy Horse
It's illegal
says,
to be gay in chat.
I hope Muscle Mommy Dice Bag doesn't have a penis.
No homo in chat.
Cat with a mouse says. What? If it's natural, why suppress it?
What?
Kohate says. Literally, just because it's Ponyboy, anyone else is cool. Ponyboy Horse says. I am the coolest. Cool as a cucumber in ice.
Alrighty.
Stream Elements says. Good evening, mortal humans, make sure you subscribe to Dicebag and say hello.
That's looking alright. Let's see. We just need some shine on Shonda over here.
Ponyboy Horse says. Guess what's coming?
Just make it quick, Pony Boy.
Ponyboy Horse says. HHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHHH
Alright, let's save this one. What did I do on this other one exactly?
Ponyboy Horse
I
says,
used multiply? I don't know if that was a good
Vtuber
idea.
from wish.com. Cat with a mouse says, when you make a wish instead of make a wish.
Alright. Saved. I'm just taking a little gander at Twitter over here. I have another one I was gonna work on, but I think it might be time for me to get off of here. We're like, what, 3 hours in? Yeah, I should probably call it a night on this one. I'm gonna have to take some more time off work
Cat
soon.
with the mouse says, good night, Dice.
Let's see.
See you next week.
Let's take a look at all my things, see if we should raid anybody.
Ponyboy Horse says, good night, Ponyboy.
Did you just want to hear Geronimo say your name, Ponyboy?
Ponyboy Horse says, yes.
Yeah.
Ponyboy Horse says, Ponyboy.
Yeah. Yeah. Alright. I don't think doing a raid is gonna be worth it today, so let me see. I'm just gonna pull up OBS and let me get the outro music on. Alright, here it comes. Thanks for watching, guys. Thanks for hanging out. Hope you had fun with us drawing VTubers being stupid. And I'll see you guys next week. We'll be doing more creatures. Bye!